Today we are going to factor perfect square trinomials. First things first, what is a perfect square trinomial? A trinomial is a perfect square trinomial when it fits into the following pattern. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared equals a plus b squared. Let's quickly check if this equation is true. A plus b squared, that's a plus b times a plus b. We see by doing the FOIL method, that's a squared, that's ab, that's another ab, and that's b squared. So we're going to combine those two together to 2ab. And that's where this comes from. So let's start with this trinomial. X squared plus 6x plus 9. And see if this fits into this pattern. What we can do first is to write the squared parentheses with the plus sign. Now, what's a? A is the square root of a squared. So the square root of x squared is x. B is the square root of b squared. So the square root of 9 is 3. But is the right hand side really the same as the left hand side? The only thing now which is still to check is if 2ab is 6x. 2 times a, where a is x, is 2x. Times b, which is 3, is 2 times 3x, which is 6x. In other words, we can write our trinomial x squared plus 6x plus 9 as x plus 3 squared, which is x plus 3 times x plus 3. So we factored our perfect square trinomial x squared plus 6x plus 9 into the factors x plus 3 and x plus 3. If you are not sure if you did it right, go ahead and FOIL it out and you can verify this. But how can we find out faster if a trinomial is a perfect square trinomial? First, take the square root of a squared and b squared to get a and b. The middle term is twice ab. So if ab is the half of the middle term, then we have a perfect square trinomial. Again, first take the square root of a squared and b squared, and then check if 3x is the half of 6x. Indeed, 3x is the half of 6x, so we have a perfect square trinomial with the factors x plus 3 and x plus 3. Let's do another example. X squared plus 10x plus 25. How do we know if this is a perfect square trinomial? We take the square roots of x squared and of 25, which are x and 5. Is the product of x and 5, which is 5x, the half of 10x? Yes, it is. So x squared plus 10x plus 25 is a perfect square trinomial. Now, how can we factor this? The formula says add the square root of a and the square root of b and then square it. The square root of a is x and the square root of b is 5. So the factors are x plus 5 and x plus 5. And we are done with this problem. What about this example? 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. Is this trinomial a perfect square trinomial? And if, what are the factors? Again, we take the square roots of 4x squared and 9, which are 2x and 3. Is the product of 2x and 3, which is 6x, the half of the middle term? Yes, it is. So 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 is a perfect square trinomial. How can we factor this? The formula says add a and b, which is the square root of 4x squared, which is 2x, and the square root of 9, which is 3, and square it. So the factors are 2x plus 3 and 2x plus 3. What about this last example? 9x squared minus 24xy plus 16y squared. Now, in this trinomial, we have a negative sign in front of the middle term. I can tell you that for this kind of problems, we can use almost the same formula as for the previous examples. Just put a minus sign instead of a plus sign in front of the middle term in the formula. And also put a negative sign between a and b instead of a plus sign in the parentheses. So again, is this trinomial a perfect square trinomial? And if so, what are the factors? Again, the first step is to take the square root of the first term and the last term. The square root of 9x squared is 3x, and the square root of 16y squared is 4y. Now, is the product of 3x times 4y, which is 12xy, the half of the middle term, 24xy? Yes, it is. So 9x squared minus 24xy plus 16y squared is a perfect square trinomial. And we can write it as the square root of 9x squared, which is 3x, minus the square root of 16y squared, which is 4y. Don't forget to square it. So the factors of 9x squared minus 24xy plus 16y squared are 3x minus 4y and 3x minus 4y. And we are done with this problem. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. This video is what I did for you. If you want to do something for me, hit the bell button, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and happy learning, everyone.